No. Test, test, test. Test, test, test. Hey everybody, I know you were not expecting to see me this morning, and sorry for the crazy hair. I quickly got dressed. So we're having a couple of little problems with our speaker at the moment. I know we were supposed to be having one of our amazing presenters coming on. We were supposed to be having Bethany here, but we weren't able, something happened and she wasn't able to be here, but we wanted to make sure that somebody came on and at least let you know what was happening. So hello, everybody. I'm also getting word that there is a little bit of an issue with, so I'm just pulling up my messenger all fast because we've been chit-chatting. So I'm just going to say there's been a little bit of a problem with her SVG download not working correctly. It's on her end. So we are trying to contact her and figure out what the problem is. Sorry, I just pulled down all of my live streams and I don't have, I lost my thingy. I was closing things out and I shouldn't be closing things out. There we go, coming everything back. So that's what's going on. On a good note, just wanted to let you know, the site is still kind of acting a little bit wonky, but we have been hearing that some people have been able to get in and start watching some of the videos and some of the projects for today. So like I was able to open up my schedule and it took a little while for everything to load. And I was able to click on each speaker's events that were happening today and I was able to watch videos and get into everything. So for some people it's working, so give it a shot. You never know. But for some people, since Elena's not even getting hers to work, so she thought everything was still down. So I'm sure everything's fine with Bethany. Maybe we just had some time zone issues, but I don't have any projects to mention. But if you have any questions in terms of anything that I could possibly help you with, and I think so some people it's working and some people it's not working. I know Elena has been working tirelessly on behind the scenes, working for people in the background, and we have somebody who just jumped in the stream. So I think we have Bethany. She jumped up. She's here. So we're a little delayed. So I'm about to bring her up. Bethany, I can see you. So if you want to give me a thumbs up that you are good to go, I'm going to pop her on the screen and I'm going to jump up and welcome Bethany. Here we go.
Hi, everyone. Don't mind me. I had technical difficulties too. So it's one of those days, I guess. I can't find my computer mouse, and neither of my cameras would work. So it's definitely interesting. So I can see some people in the chat though, so at least I know that's working. And I'm gonna double check. Oh, yes, Debbie, I am live. Thank you for checking on me and making sure I was on. Yeah, my girls were frantically trying to help me look for my mouse. It's red. It's very easy to see from everywhere. And yeah, I couldn't find my mouse. So I know that most of you haven't even been able to watch my video yet today. So if you have, hi, Bo. If you have, just let me know in the comments if you liked it. If you have any questions, those of you who were able to watch my video, I know a handful have reached out to me already. And I'm going to mute my phone so it stops distracting me, because that's what happens. Do you hear background static? Interesting. I have a static reducer on. It could also be my hair brushing the mic, so let me move my mic where my hair is not going to brush it. That might help. Just let me know if that's a little bit better. Because hopefully that should work. And okay, Sherry says I can finally watch your videos. I can't wait to watch mine. Thank you. I'm very excited to share it. So I'll show it for those of you who have, it's more like feedback. Interesting. Maybe it's StreamYard. StreamYard might not like me. I'm going to switch to a different mic. Give me one moment while I switch to a completely different mic. And hopefully it's not bad. So let me know in the comments if this mic is better, because I will take this mic and turn it off. I generally don't have feedback on this mic, so that's why I'm very confused, but I will use the default mic. It's much better. Okay, we will go with that then. That is super strange. Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's because I have an automatic adjust on the volume. Who knows? Okay, so, oh, the static was there before I came on. Interesting. Okay. Well, hopefully this is better. I'm excited. This has been a fun summit so far. If you have sounds great now. Awesome. If you have a favorite from all the projects so far, if you've even done a project, that would be awesome. Drop that in the chat. I will show you a preview of my project since I have it laying around, but this was my project. So if you got to see it, yay. The nice thing about my project is it's sublimation, but if you click on the link below, I believe it's below my video, you can get the SVG version of it. I will warn you, there's a lot of layers because I wanted to make it customizable. Catherine says she feels bad. She doesn't have questions, so it's okay. I have a thing where someone asked for a project probably a little over a year ago, and it was basically sublimation specific, and some are having issues getting the SVG. It's getting stuck. Okay. I will check with my platform and see what's going on, because it's showing a lot of people have gotten through with it. So I will see what's going on with that as soon as I get off. And this is white glitter HTV that I sublimated on. You can use the shimmer. If you look at the, I forget what it's called, the instructions there. If you look at the instructions, it should show you the different types of HTV that you can use instead. If you don't have a sublimation printer, you can also order a sublimation print. I've done it for people before. I've had orders for just the prints themselves. There's a bunch of different companies that do that too. And I also do DTF, which is direct to film. I haven't made my own, although I did from Amazon Prime Days. I did buy the materials to make my own DTF prints. So I have a project coming up here in a few weeks that should test my skills on that. So hopefully I'll remember to film it and throw it on my YouTube channel. Yes, I use sparkly. It's not sparkly HTV. It's glitter HTV, but I got it from, let's see, what brand did I use? I used the Sizer glitter. Wow, someone says that I just got a sublimation printer, but I've only made one project. Congratulations. It took me 3 whole months to even set up my printer and a whole nother month to even make my first project. So I also have 3 small children, and that might be why, but it also is, I was really scared and really nervous to try sublimation. I was excited about it, like I had all these great ideas, but I didn't actually dive in because I was timid about, oh my goodness, this is, it's an expensive thing to do. But it also is one of those, if you're not afraid to go with it and you like the idea you have, then it's okay. I am being asked, do I have any fun events coming up? I do actually. So August, which is in a few weeks, is my birthday month. And on my YouTube channel, I have 2 big giveaways planned. And so if you want to go over to my YouTube channel, I don't know if I can drop it in the chat. Oh, I have to sign in. It might take too much effort without a mouse to help me sign in. But if you drop in on my YouTube channel, subscribe. It's at Bethany, or sorry, not at Bethany. I can't remember it now. That's my name. I have it as my screen name here, though, BB Productions Studio. So that is my, yes, and it is reminding me that the link is in the info section. So, yay. Thank you for that. Thank you for the happy early birthday, Debbie. Yes, Bo, the littles do take up a lot of my time. I work from home, and technically I have 6 jobs, one being crafting and doing all of that. And I am a little about me, since some of you don't have a lot of questions about my video. I am the CFO of 2 companies locally here, and I help them do their taxes, their invoicing, their whatever they need financially. I also do the content creation on my YouTube. I'm currently just one design team, and it's for a stamping company, but looking to do more. I also have in the works, you're the first people I'm going to tell, so I have in the works an education platform that I'm going to be teaching a lot of my sublimation tricks and tips. There's a lot going on for sublimation, and people ask me questions all the time about, what do I do if this happens? What do I do if that happens? And at this point, I've been sublimating close to 2 years, and I feel like I've done pretty much everything. I might not have done every project, but I've troubleshot a lot of things. Can you use SVGs from non-Cricut sources on the Joy? Yes, any SVG should work on the Joy. So Cricut Design Space, as long as you can upload it to Cricut Design Space, you can resize it to fit the Joy size parameters. But it should be, as long as it's an SVG, it's a lot easier for Design Space to read. Thank you, Catherine, for subscribing to my channel. Yay! I love subbies. I am a busy lady, so I also am a Mary Kay lady. So I will be going out of town and doing some Mary Kay training in a little over a week, and I'm excited for that. I also, I'm a full-time mom. I have 3 littles. They are with grandma doing a rummage sale actually right now. And we have birthday parties for my girls tomorrow. So my whole life is a little chaotic at the moment, which means I always am thinking on my toes. But I also do a lot of stuff through my YouTube channel. I do a lot of designing SVGs. A lot of people need customized SVGs. So I will design t-shirts for people. Like they have I thought I muted my phone. Never mind. I had let's see, a birthday t-shirt that someone wanted customized, and I do that a lot for our local moms around the area. They always know to come to me. I also use my Cricut and make hair bows, a lot of hair bows and keychains. Some of them were kind of hanging up behind me. You can see I'm in the process of completely redoing the entire crafty space, though, which just add on to everything. Oh, Bo wants me to share how old my littles. Well, my littles currently are ages 3, 2, and 1, and in a month and a half they'll be. They're all their birthdays are right back to back. So my biggest will turn 4 in a little less than a week, and then my middle, she will turn 3 a couple days before my birthday in August, the first week of August. And then my baby, he will be 2 years old in the middle of September. So we're all like right on top of each other. I'm being asked, how did I get started in crafting? So I have basically been crafting as long as I can remember. I was that kid that always, my mom actually is a crafter. And she started with a knitting machine, and then she started making things like button dolls. And so I basically grew up going to a craft store on a regular basis to help her stock her crafts. And even my second official job when I was 16, I became a manager of that craft store. And so my first real crafty regular experience was doing scrapbooking of all things. And that I was just starting to drive. Someone had invited me to a creative memories party, and I fell in love. I was like, I have to have it all. And then she was doing a party the next day, and so I invited my mom, and I said, please, 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 can you like help me buy some of these things? I don't make enough yet, but can you help me? And so she bought half and I bought the other half. And then basically, yeah, my mom kind of is my enabler and I'm her enabler back. So this last year, we officially opened, we had always been crafting and selling our crafts, but we officially put it down on paper that we have a business selling our crafts, and we are co-business owners, which is kind of cool to be co-business owners with my mom. But we share our crafty space, so we used to have a giant table until a week ago, and now we have a dream box getting in the process of getting set up. So that's why everything behind me is just like piles of things, which drives me bonkers, but that's what happens when you have to clean and sort through things. So I now do a lot of paper craft. I probably actually my first project on my Cricut, when I did get my Cricut unboxed, which took me a whole year. So don't be afraid to unbox your Cricut. I started with making cards, something simple, easy, and then I didn't do it for a while. And my husband's like, you have all these amazing things that you talk about making, but why aren't you making them? And so finally, I dusted it off the shelf and I said, all right, let's go ahead and dive in. And I was pregnant with my first when I really like started making stuff on a regular basis, not just, excuse me, losing my voice. And I first started just making onesies for my daughter. And I think she actually only wore maybe 2 of them because I started selling them. I was like, hey, there's a few moms I know who are interested in this too. So I started selling what I was making. And I was like, well, if I don't sell it, she'll wear it. And that's how she ended up only wearing 2 of my designs. So each of my children have at least worn one of my designs. I can't say that my littlest guy has worn more than one. I did make him something for Thanksgiving, his first Thanksgiving t-shirt. That was cute. That was adorable. I don't even know where it is though. It's probably stuffed in a box somewhere. And I was not a creative memories consultant, but my mom was. So that's how she continued to enable me in doing all of that. So yeah, I started doing the onesies. Then it evolved into t-shirts. Then I was actually at a Jennifer Maker Christmas summit and got inspired to do 2 things, which is stamping. And I had been to Stampin' Up! Parties before and bought a few things here or there, but it was never really like something that clicked with me. And I don't know, oh, gosh, I wish I remember what the person's name was, but all of a sudden I was like, oh my gosh, that looks like so much fun. I want to do it. And so I got really into paper crafting. I have 2 carts, 2 carts behind me, just full of paper, and then like almost an entire wall between 2 carts of 12 by 12 paper. So I have a lot of paper and I love paper crafting. And in fact, I have an entire cubby of cardstock over there, and another 2 cubbies worth of envelopes. So card making is my jam. If you hop over to my YouTube channel, I will do a lot of card making, but I also do use the Cricut a lot for my HTV projects. I love doing layered HTV, especially sublimation. If you do get to watch my video, I do sublimation, but I do layered HTV. So even if you're not sublimating, you can still layer HTV. You have to be patient with yourself, but you also have to learn your materials. Not every material is going to work the same. I like right on my desk, I have this holographic HTV I had gotten off of Amazon. I still have to weed it. But it's for a birthday gift for somebody else, not my kids, because it's also birthday week for a lot of other people. And so I love doing layered HTV. I would say I'm being asked what is my favorite type of project to make. Oh gosh. I love so many things. My favorite things though are the things I sell, which is sublimation tumblers. I love doing that because I will take I don't know if I have an example. Nope, not within reach. But I will take a ink drop. If you do any paper crafting, I do ink dropping on my paper. And then what I do is I photograph it, put it into my canvas, and then I'll either add text or graphics, whatever I want. But I know that these designs are unique to me. And even if I get a design off of someplace like Creative Fabrica, I always adjust them. I never keep it the way that they are. And so I'll sublimate that. My other favorite thing to do is doing Cricut HTV. Yeah, the layering. I love layering. I'm hooked on layering. I used to, when I first started out, I used to do single layer or just 2 layers, but I now just love it. Especially, okay, so someone's asking about the heat press. Oops, wrong direction. I can't tell my directions on my camera. This is the HTV Runt 15 by 15 auto press. I was part of the group that helped get it off the ground and financed it before it was even in production. And I love it. I'm addicted to it. I have not had any problems with it, thankfully. It's safe to be around my children, and that's probably why I love it the most, because it has so many safety features. Because my kids are curious, they want to touch all the buttons, they want to see what mom's doing. And even though there's a locked gate in front of our door, occasionally they'll come in while I'm working and I have my hands on, weeding or, something that I can't catch them fast enough. And that thing is amazing, because even if they bumped into it or played with the drawer, they won't get a burn. And I mean, they could, but it would take a lot of extra effort and not great thinking to get there. So, yeah, and it makes pressing so much easier. I wouldn't say faster, because their time is time, so you need to have it pressed for so long. And they are not expensive whatsoever. The fact that they have price cut Cricut by like 70% is kind of awesome. I think it's more than 70% actually. So I really, really love them. So Lynn Kaufman, yes, I miss you. It's been so long. Loretta is asking, what printer do I like best? Okay. So for my sublimation, I went with a cheaper one. I went with the Epson ET 2760. I believe I got it at Sam's Club. Actually, it was bought for me for Christmas. It was one of those, put it in the cart and I'll check out. So that's what the men in our house do. They just say, put it in the cart, we'll check it out. See if that's what we want to get you. And Yes, Sherry says she likes the HTV rent more than the Cricut. I agree. I do also use some of their, not all of theirs, but some of their HTV itself seems to last and is more durable and flexible than the Cricut. And I've had less returns from customers versus the Cricut HTV, because Cricut HTV seems to have a not as great or lengthy shelf life. So that's one thing to check. If it's lifting or after you've followed all the instructions, the right time, the right temp, your materials haven't been pre-washed, and it's still not sticking to your materials, it's probably because the glue has aged out. That's unfortunate. I do love some of their colors, so I still have a whole drawer full of Cricut, so I don't knock it completely, but it's fair warning to check your materials. And if you're not sure, or if you're like, oh, I have only a limited amount, do a little test. I do a little circle patch on a piece of scrap, which is nowhere near here, but I do a test to see if the glue is still good. And it really helps a lot, because I saved myself some time and frustration and weeding, because this is like a 10-minute weeding project. If you're not ever sure, do that. I print with Epson for more than 30 years. So I do have a secondary Epson printer, which I print my print and cut stuff on. And my only complaint with that one is my reds are horrible. and that's just because I'm using professional grade systems to actually build my images, but also it doesn't connect to Wi-Fi anymore, which is frustrating because I don't want to be connected to a printer every time I print. So, but this one, my sublimation one, works great. So I have zero complaints about it. I even didn't use the sublimation printer probably for 3 months, clogged it up, thought it was a wash, and I got it back to life. So what ink do I use with the Epson printer? I use the StarCraft sublimation ink. I love it. I would say for the price, that is the best out there. My backup is to use Hippo ink, HIPPO ink. I've heard great things about them, and they seem to have the same color palette as the StarCraft, but I ordered mine through 143vinyl.com. I love their stuff. My backup is, if they don't have it in stock, I go to mycraftsource.com. Yeah, mycraftsource.com, which is having issues with the SVG, only get the PNG. So the PNG is the one that you click initially. There's a secondary link to the freebie SVG, so you have to check which link that is. And we can troubleshoot that for you guys too, to make sure that there's the PNG download and then the SVG download as well. So any other questions? I think my time is wrapping up here. Not sure. My clock is off on my computer. It's a hot mess express kind of day. It's okay though. We are having fun. So yeah, we'll have to, no problem during your live, getting both files. Okay, awesome. That's a wrap. So thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to check out the links for my YouTube and Instagram. I am going to do a big giveaway, so I would love to have you all join and get more freebies. Hey, why not? All right, have a wonderful day. Don't forget to find the joy in your day, and happy making. Bye.